What if I told you there's a small forgotten spot near your ankle bone that could make your entire body feel alive again? Not through magic, not through medicine, but through something far more ancient. A current of energy that rises from the ground, moves through your bones, and hums quietly beneath your skin, waiting to be touched. Before we begin, take a slow breath in. Let your shoulders drop. Feel your feet resting where they are, maybe on the floor, maybe tucked beneath a blanket. Now bring your awareness to your ankle, the bony curve just above your heel. Don't move yet, just notice. Can you feel the air touching it? The pulse beneath it? The quiet rhythm that's been there all along? For thousands of years, healers believed that the ankle was more than a joint. It was a gate. In ancient China, this point was known as San Yin Jiao, the three-yin intersection, where three powerful energy rivers met, each governing the rhythm of life, emotion, and renewal. In Egypt, priests anointed the ankles of initiates before temple rituals, believing that divine current entered through the feet and rose through the spine. In India, yogis spoke of prana, the breath of creation, entering through the soles and moving up toward awakening. And here we are, centuries later, rediscovering that the body still remembers. Modern science might not use the same words, but the truth hums underneath. When you touch this small point near your ankle, you're not only pressing skin, you're whispering to your nervous system. You're signaling safety. You're reminding your body you are home. The vagus nerve, which runs like a golden thread through your inner world, begins to soften. Your heart rate slows. Your breath deepens. It's the same biological miracle ancient mystics called energy rising. Take another breath now. Imagine a soft, golden light glowing at the edge of your ankle bone. See it pulsing, gentle, alive, steady. With each breath, that light grows warmer, rising slowly through your legs, through your hips, through your chest. It's not imagination, it's attention. And attention is the oldest medicine we have. In the book The Body Keeps the Score by Bessel van der Kolk, there's a line that whispers truth. The body bears the burden of everything the mind forgets. When you touch this spot, you're not only awakening energy, you're reminding your body that it's safe to feel again, to let go, to receive. Now pause for a moment. Where are you watching from right now? Your bed, your favorite chair, maybe barefoot on your porch. Tell me in the comments, because where you are matters. Your body absorbs the world beneath your feet. The soil, the floor, the memories of every step you've taken. And tonight, it's listening. This is the Spine Gospel, a place where ancient touch meets modern energy, where science listens to the soul. So as you sit here, listening to these words, maybe you can sense that soft hum awakening. Not rushing, not dramatic, just steady, like the heartbeat of the earth beneath you. That's the beauty of this practice. You don't need belief. You only need presence. In Dr. Hiroshi Motoyama's writings on subtle energy, he describes it perfectly. The human body is a receiver. When we quiet the noise, we tune into divine frequencies. That frequency begins here at the foundation, where your body meets the ground. It's the place where electricity becomes energy, and energy becomes feeling. Think of the earth as a vast heart, pulsing silently beneath you. Every time you touch this spot near your ankle, you are syncing your rhythm with that cosmic heartbeat. You are grounding and rising both at once. Just as roots dive into soil, the energy of your being rises into light. And maybe, just maybe, this forgotten gateway isn't just about the body at all. Maybe it's about remembering that your body is the temple, and every cell, every pulse, every touch is sacred. By the end of this journey, you'll know how a gentle touch at this small point can awaken your body's inner current, and why your ancestors considered it a doorway between the physical and the divine. So stay close, breathe slow, and let the ground beneath you begin to speak. As your attention lingers near your ankle, you might start to feel something subtle. A tingling, a pulse, a quiet hum. It's easy to dismiss it as imagination, but ancient wisdom and modern science both whisper the same secret. Energy moves where awareness goes. The place you just connected to, That small, hollow curve above the ankle bone is more than tissue and bone. It's a gateway to your parasympathetic nervous system, the part of you designed for healing, balance, and peace. When life pushes you into stress, bills, noise, fear, endless screens, this system often goes quiet. Your body stays ready for battle, long after the fight is over, but when you gently touch or massage this ancient point, you're sending a signal inward, a whisper to your body saying, "It's safe now. You can rest." Your vagus nerve, which travels from your brainstem down through your heart, lungs, and into your gut, begins to awaken. This nerve is like a river, a sacred current of calm running through you. And what happens when this river flows freely? Your breath slows, your heartbeat steadies, your digestion softens, your thoughts become clearer, quieter, lighter. It's not magic, it's biology meeting memory. In the book, The Healing Power of the Vagus Nerve by Stanley Rosenberg, he writes, "When we stimulate the vagus nerve through gentle touch and breath, we remind the body of safety. And safety is the foundation of healing." That's what you're doing here. You're teaching your body how to exhale again. Ancient cultures already knew this in their own way. Chinese medicine mapped these points as meridians, invisible highways of life force called qi. They saw the body not as mechanical, but musical, an instrument that could vibrate in harmony or fall out of tune. And this point, near the ankle, was like tuning the bass string of that instrument, grounding the entire melody of the body. When you press it gently, you're not fixing something broken. You're reminding something forgotten. You're calling your energy back home. Take a slow, deep breath right now. Imagine that same golden light you saw before, glowing again at your ankle. This time, imagine it spreading upward, like roots reversing into branches. Every breath lifts it higher, through your knees, your hips, your spine. With every exhale, feel tension melt like wax. In Anatomy of the Spirit by Caroline Myss, she describes energy as the biography of your soul written inside your body. When we release energy blockages through gentle pressure points, we're not just helping blood flow, we're rewriting emotional history. All the unspoken things, the grief, the fear, the things you held inside, begin to move again. So yes, this little spot on your ankle does something extraordinary. It opens a door between your physical and emotional worlds. Science calls it neuroception, your body's ability to sense whether you're safe or in danger, even before your mind knows it. When this spot is calm, your whole body believes it's safe. When it's tense or neglected, your energy rises unevenly, leading to anxiety, fatigue, or a sense of being stuck. In the ancient Japanese healing art of Jin Shinjutsu, they taught that each energy point is like a safety lock. When the flow stops, the lock tightens. When you massage it, the lock opens, and the body breathes again. You become both healer and healed. So what you are really doing here isn't just touching your ankle. You're reawakening your internal circuitry. You're reconnecting to the divine network that was always running quietly inside you. It's the same light mystics called Kundalini, the same pulse indigenous healers called Earth Current, the same calm psychologists call the rest and digest state. It's all one story, told in different languages, through different centuries, but leading to the same truth. The body knows how to heal itself when you remember how to listen. Now pause for a moment. What are you feeling right now? Is it warmth, calm, or maybe resistance, a quiet place inside that doesn't know how to relax yet? Whatever it is, write it down in the comments when this video ends. Because your reflection matters. It teaches others to listen to their own body too. In the book The Energy Codes by Dr. Sue Morter, she writes, "Energy is not something you have, it's what you are. And this little practice is how you begin to feel that truth. As you continue this journey, you'll learn the exact steps to awaken this energy fully, not through belief, but through experience. Because once your body feels what real calm is, it never forgets the way back. Stay close to your breath. Keep that gentle warmth alive at your ankle. We're about to step into the how, the sacred technique itself, the gentle step-by-step touch that opens this ancient gate. Before we begin, find a quiet place. You don't need candles, incense, or background music, just your presence. Sit comfortably, either on a chair or on the floor with your legs gently crossed. Let your hands rest softly on your thighs. Take a slow breath in and a long breath out. Now let's meet the point that ancient healers called the gate of calm. Bring your right foot slightly forward so you can see your ankle clearly. Notice the bony bump on the inside of your ankle, that small moon-shaped ridge just above your heel. Now move your fingers about 3 finger widths above that bone, into the soft groove where your skin feels warm and slightly tender. That's it, you've found the spot. This is the San Yin Jiao point, the intersection where 3 great energy rivers meet, the spleen, the liver, and the kidney meridians. In ancient language, this place was seen as the merging of body, emotion, and spirit, where your energy decides whether to fight, to flee, or to flow. Now gently press your index and middle finger into that soft hollow, not hard, just enough to feel connection. Hold it there. Close your eyes and breathe slowly in through your nose, out through your mouth. With every breath, imagine that you're sending a soft golden light from your fingertips into that point. Feel that light spreading slowly upward, through your calf, your thigh, and into your belly. This is your energy rising. It doesn't rush, it flows, like warm honey through a cool vessel. Stay here for a few seconds, breathing gently. If you feel a pulse, that's perfect. If you don't, that's perfect too. There's no right or wrong way to feel energy, only presence. Now, as you hold this point, silently whisper to your body, you are safe. You are allowed to rest. Because healing begins not from doing more, but from softening into enough. If you'd like to deepen the experience, place your other hand over your heart. This connects 2 sacred currents, grounding and love. One hand whispers safety to the body, the other to the soul. In Energy Medicine by Donna Eden, she writes, when we touch the body with awareness, we awaken the electricity of life itself. This is exactly what you're doing right now, reawakening the electricity of life that had only been sleeping. Now try a variation, release the pressure, and instead tap gently over that same spot. Slow, rhythmic, almost like a heartbeat. Tap, pause, tap, pause. As you do, breathe softly into the rhythm. Feel how every tap echoes through your legs and spine. This rhythmic touch stimulates your vagus nerve, inviting your parasympathetic system, your body's rest and heal mode, to come alive. You may feel warmth, tingling, or a soft pulse spreading outward. For some, emotions surface, tears, laughter, or just silence. That's the body speaking. Let it speak. Now let's add visualization, the sacred ingredient. Imagine that under your fingers there's a door made of light. With every gentle press, that door begins to open wider. Behind it flows a current, ancient, luminous, and healing. It rises through you like a river through the spine. You are the vessel, calm, clear, awake. Hold this visualization for a few moments. Let the light move as high as it wishes, perhaps to your chest, perhaps to your crown. Trust where it goes. Your body always knows the way. Now slowly release your fingers. Rest your hands gently on your lap. Close your eyes again. Feel the echo, the afterglow of what you've just done. Can you sense that faint hum beneath your skin? That's the energy remembering its path. In the Tao of Health, Sex, and Longevity by Daniel Reed, he wrote, "The body is a garden. When you touch it with awareness, every cell listens. And truly, this is how you tend to your garden, one conscious touch at a time." Now we'll repeat this on the other ankle. Because energy flows in harmony, gently bring your left ankle forward. Find the same point, the soft hollow just above the bone. Press lightly. Breathe deeply. Allow that same golden light to rise once again. This time, imagine it meeting the light from your right side at your heart. Two rivers uniting at the center. Stay with this feeling. Let your breath be your guide. Let your awareness be your medicine. This small ritual takes less than 3 minutes, but its echo lasts for hours. Because every time you touch this point, you're not only calming your nervous system, you're reaffirming your connection to the living earth beneath you. If your mind wanders, gently bring it back to your breath. If thoughts arise, let them pass like clouds across a blue sky. You are not trying to control, you are learning to allow. Now open your eyes slowly, look down at your feet. They've carried you your entire life, across joy, sorrow, fear, and discovery. And tonight, you finally said thank you. So take one last deep breath in. Exhale slowly. Whisper to yourself, I'm grounded, I'm light. In Touching Enlightenment by Reginald Ray, there's a beautiful truth. When we inhabit the body fully, we discover that it has always been the doorway to the divine. That's what you just practiced. A simple touch, a forgotten door, and an ancient current awakening within. Now that you've felt this connection, we'll move deeper into what happens after. Because this soft touch doesn't just change your body, it begins to shift your emotions, your energy, your sense of self. It's not the touch itself that heals, but what it awakens. When you begin to massage that small hollow just below your ankle bone, something subtle but profound starts to awaken inside you. It's not just about blood flow or pressure points. It's about the reawakening of a language your body once spoke fluently but has long forgotten. That language is energy. At first you might only feel warmth, a slight tingling that travels from the ankle up your calf. But if you continue, slow, intentional, connected, the sensation transforms. The warmth deepens into a current, a silent hum that begins to climb your leg like a vine seeking sunlight. This is Qi, the life force. In ancient Chinese medicine, Qi was not an idea or metaphor. It was a reality. It was the invisible river that made the human being alive. When you activate this ankle point, you're not just stimulating nerves or muscles. You're unblocking a channel that carries emotional energy from the lower body to the upper centers. It's the path that bridges the root, your survival instinct, with your heart, your emotional center. This is why, after a few days of consistent practice, people often say they feel lighter, not physically but emotionally. It's as though the body begins to exhale years of silent tension. When you're under stress, afraid, or emotionally exhausted, your energy doesn't disappear. It contracts. It sinks downward, creating heaviness in your legs, tightness in your hips, and fatigue in your lower back. Massage at the ankle, specifically around the kidney meridian point 3, KD3, begins to reverse this process. The kidneys, in Chinese, thought are more than organs. They are the storehouse of life essence. They hold your ancestral energy, your deep willpower, your ability to stand firm in life. When that energy becomes blocked, you don't just feel tired, you feel disconnected from purpose. By massaging KD3, you send a signal deep into that hidden reservoir. The body hears it as a whisper, wake up, rise again. The rise of this energy feels like a wave, not explosive but graceful. It travels upward through the spine, softening the belly, opening the chest, and calming the heart. The emotional release that follows can be unexpected. Tears may fall without reason. Old memories might surface for a moment. But it's not pain, it's purification. The ankle point becomes the doorway through which suppressed emotions quietly leave your system. Every human emotion vibrates at a different energetic frequency. Fear is heavy, dense, magnetic. It keeps you rooted to survival. Love is light, radiant, ascending. It connects you to spirit. When you activate the ankle point, you're transforming the vibration of fear into the rhythm of flow. This is why Taoist monks called this point the gate of great vitality. They believed that when energy moves freely through this gate, courage replaces fear, clarity replaces confusion, and stillness replaces anxiety. Over time, your nervous system begins to rewire itself around this new pattern. Your heartbeat slows, breathing deepens, the tension in your shoulders begins to dissolve, not because of massage alone, but because your energy field is no longer constricted. You begin to feel a quiet joy, the kind that doesn't depend on anything external. A peace that simply is. After several days of regular ankle activation, something changes in your perception. Colors seem warmer, the air feels softer. People's voices don't pierce you the way they used to. This is the emotional shift that marks true energetic awakening, a move from reaction to reception. You stop resisting life and start feeling it. And all of it, the serenity, the gentleness, the silent courage, starts from that one simple ritual at your ankle. When energy rises through your meridians, your emotions stop being random storms. They become waves, rhythmic, sacred, purposeful. You start understanding your emotions as messages rather than enemies. Sadness becomes a teacher, anger becomes an alert, fear becomes a guardian, and through this you realize something ancient, yet deeply personal. Your body isn't a prison for your spirit. It's a temple, a vessel designed to let divine energy rise. It's common for people who practice this daily to say, "I don't know why, but I just feel lighter." That's because they are, literally. The dense emotional frequencies that once weighed them down begin to lift. Their faces soften, their tone of voice changes. Even the way they walk becomes different, more present, more graceful, more alive. This glow is not cosmetic. It's the body's natural radiance returning once the energy begins to flow freely again. When you look at your reflection after a session, notice your eyes. They'll look clearer, brighter, almost as if lit from within. That's the soul saying, "I'm back." Massage, breath, and awareness together create an emotional bridge from the physical to the spiritual. At the ankle, you are at the lowest part of the body, yet paradoxically, it's where ascension begins. That's the mystery of this ancient practice. To rise higher, you must start from the ground. To awaken the crown, you must touch the root. And that's exactly what this ankle point does. It teaches your body the lost art of upward energy flow. So next time you sit in silence and press that sacred spot, do it with reverence, because in that moment, you're not just massaging a nerve, you're calling your life force home, now that the emotional channels are open and the energy begins. To rise, we move deeper into what the ancients called the ascension path. How this simple act at the ankle connects directly to your spine, your breath, and the awakening of higher consciousness. The ancients always said, energy must rise, not rush, and when you massage the small hollow near your ankle bone, you're not merely easing the body. You're setting into motion one of nature's most sacred patterns, the upward spiral. This rising current is the journey every soul must take, from matter to spirit, from root to crown, from survival to awakening. At first, it feels subtle, a shimmer beneath the skin, a pulse that seems to echo from the earth itself. But over time, with stillness and practice, it grows stronger, a river that knows its way home. This is the ascension path, the return of energy to its divine origin. In Taoist alchemy, the body is described as a microcosm of the universe. Energy flows through it like celestial rivers, connecting heaven and earth within your very flesh. The ankle point you've been massaging, the kidney meridian point 3, is considered the root gate. It's where the energy of earth enters the body. But its true purpose is to send that energy upward, nourishing each energetic center along the spine. Imagine it like this. The energy you awaken at your ankle rises through your legs, the pillars of your temple. It enters the base of your spine, igniting the root chakra, the seat of grounding and survival. From there, it spirals upward, like smoke from sacred incense. Each chakra it touches begins to awaken from dormancy. At the sacral center, creativity stirs, the hidden fire of life itself. At the solar plexus, courage blooms, the inner sun begins to shine. At the heart, love expands, your emotions soften and harmonize. At the throat, truth awakens. Words begin to carry vibration instead of noise. At the brow, perception clears. Illusion begins to dissolve. At the crown, silence reigns. And you finally remember that you are not separate from the source. This is not imagination. It's energy literacy. Your body is remembering how to read itself again. Energy cannot rise through tension. It needs rhythm, space, and surrender. That's why breath is the secret companion of the ascension process. When you inhale deeply after stimulating the ankle point, visualize the breath lifting that subtle current upward, from your legs to your chest, from your chest to your forehead, from your forehead into light. Each breath becomes a message to your nervous system. It is safe to rise. Over time, this union of breath and energy becomes effortless. You no longer do the practice, it begins to happen through you. The energy finds its own intelligence. It knows where to flow, what to heal, what to awaken. This is when you start feeling spontaneous sensations, warmth at the spine, tingling in the palms, gentle pressure at the crown. Don't fear them. They are the body's way of saying, the temple is alive again. There's a moment in this journey when the energy, after circulating through the lower centers, begins to kindle a soft inner fire at the navel. The Taoists called it the cinnabar field, the Hindus, the Manipura chakra. This fire is not physical, it's emotional and spiritual. It is the transmutation of density into light, of fatigue into focus, of pain into purpose. It's the same sacred fire that mystics described as the serpent power, coiled at the base of the spine, awaiting the touch of awareness to rise. But it rises not through force, only through purity. When your intention is soft, your breath patient, your touch reverent, the fire answers. It climbs the spine, illuminating every nerve, like divine electricity remembering its source. This is why people practicing this ancient method often describe a sense of melting. The walls between mind and body dissolve. The boundaries between self and soul begin to blur. As the energy reaches the upper centers, you might feel something extraordinary, an expansion behind your eyes, a gentle radiance at the center of your forehead. It's as if a small sun is rising within you. This light is not imagination, it is consciousness concentrated. It's the same energy that fuels thought, vision, and intuition. When it awakens fully, you begin to perceive reality differently, not through fear or logic, but through clarity. Everything feels connected. Every sound carries meaning. Every breath feels sacred. You begin to live in a state the sages called wu-wei, effortless alignment with the flow of existence. The ascension path is not about escaping the body. It's about inhabiting it completely. Each rise of energy is an invitation to look deeper within, to notice where light still hides behind the shadows of your emotions. You begin to understand that your fears were never enemies. They were doorways. Each pain was a map. Each blockage, a guardian of wisdom. And as this understanding grows, compassion blossoms, not only for others, but for yourself. You start to see your entire human experience as sacred choreography. Every struggle, every delay, every heartbreak, all perfectly timed to lead you here, to this awakening. When the current finally reaches the crown, the highest center, something beautiful happens. There's no explosion, no spectacle. Just silence, a silence so complete, so vast, that it feels as though the entire universe is breathing through you. This silence is the summit of the ascension path, where the personal dissolves into the eternal. You realize that the same life force rising through your ankle is the same energy that spins galaxies, grows forests, and gives birth to stars. And in that moment, you no longer seek the divine, you become it. When you stand up after this practice, you don't walk the same. Each step feels anchored to the earth, yet lifted by the heavens. Every movement becomes prayer. You're no longer doing the ascension. You are the ascension. Energy flows through you like poetry, and life begins to mirror that flow. The more consistently you touch that sacred spot on your ankle, the more you awaken this current, until one day you won't need to remember to feel it. It will simply be who you are. Now that we've traced the path of energy from the ankle to the crown, from earth to sky, the question becomes, what changes in daily life when this energy is awakened? In the next section, we explore how this sacred flow transforms your health perception and emotional world, not as a theory, but as a living reality. When the flow awakens, life begins to rearrange itself in quiet ways. You notice it not in lightning or visions, but in the smallest moments. The way your shoulders relax without effort, the way silence feels comforting instead of empty. The way your heartbeat starts to sound like a mantra instead of a warning. That's how transformation really arrives, softly, like dawn through a half-open window. After weeks of gently massaging the ankle point, the body begins to speak a new language. Your nervous system, once trained to brace, defend, contract, starts to exhale. This is the first miracle of integration, the return of safety. The vagus nerve, that long silver thread connecting your brain to your heart, lungs and gut, becomes more fluid in its rhythm. Your digestion smooths out, sleep deepens. The heartbeat finds its ancient tempo again. And you realize this isn't healing in the modern sense, it's remembering. You're not fixing the body, you're letting it remember what harmony feels like. It's like tuning an old instrument. You're not changing its music, you're restoring it to pitch. The second current of transformation moves through your emotions. When the ankle gate opens and the energy begins to rise, it doesn't bypass your pain. It moves through it. Old memories, forgotten grief, subtle fears may surface. Don't resist them. They are the sediments of energy that couldn't rise before, the echoes of moments when your body said, "Not safe yet." Now, with every breath and every touch, that old energy is finding release. You might cry for no reason, laugh without context, or feel waves of nostalgia washing through. That's the nervous system rewriting itself in light. The Tibetan master Sogyal Rinpoche once wrote in the Tibetan Book of Living and Dying, "When the mind is relaxed, the heart reveals what it has been holding." That's what this practice does. It relaxes the mind, so the heart can finally empty what it's been carrying for decades. As the energy integrates upward, you'll notice your mind behaves differently. Thoughts lose their sharp edges, worries feel less sticky. The constant inner commentary starts to dissolve into a kind of gentle spaciousness. This is not about stopping thoughts. It's about seeing them, like watching clouds pass across an open sky. You begin to understand something quietly profound. Your thoughts were never the problem. Your identification with them was. Now, the energy that once fueled anxiety begins to power awareness. You feel present but detached, engaged yet peaceful. Neuroscientists might describe this as the nervous system entering coherence. Mystics would call it the still lake of consciousness. Both are describing the same thing, harmony returning to the circuitry of being. As integration deepens, the outer world starts to shimmer differently. Colors feel more alive. Time slows down in conversation. Even mundane tasks, washing dishes, folding clothes, walking outside, carry a subtle sacredness. You start to perceive through energy rather than emotion. Instead of reacting, you resonate. When someone speaks from pain, you don't mirror their chaos. You meet it with calm, like a tuning fork stabilizing the air. When challenges arise, instead of contracting, your energy expands. This is the silent power of an integrated system. It doesn't shout, it radiates. If you look across traditions, every ancient practice pointed toward this same transformation. In the Emerald Tablets of Thoth, the sage wrote, "Within man dwells the light of lights. Let it rise through the channels of flesh until all shadows vanish." In Autobiography of a Yogi, Paramahansa Yogananda described how awakening the subtle current made the body feel electrically alive, like air vibrating with divine music. In The Biology of Belief, Dr. Bruce Lipton linked this same vibrational coherence to cellular transformation, showing how emotional energy can literally shift the chemistry of the body. And in Energy Medicine, Donna Eden explained how massaging key meridian points can turn fear into flow. 5 voices, 5 centuries, 1 message. The body is the temple of light. When you awaken it, your entire being becomes prayer. Transformation is not about escaping daily life. It's about letting divinity enter it. You still cook, drive, answer messages, but your awareness feels anchored in something wider, slower, luminous. The ankle practice becomes a ritual doorway to that state. A few minutes of touch, breath, and attention can recalibrate your whole field. Try this. Each morning before speaking to anyone, sit quietly and touch that spot near your ankle bone. Close your eyes, whisper to yourself, let energy rise in peace. Then carry that vibration into the world. By the time you return home, you'll notice conversations felt softer, coincidences flowed smoother, fatigue didn't stick. That's the sign of integration. Your inner current and outer life begin to dance in rhythm. Eventually, you realize the practice is no longer something you do. It has become what you are. Your very presence becomes medicine. People feel calmer around you without knowing why. Animals approach you differently. The world starts responding not to your words, but to your frequency, and perhaps most beautifully, you stop seeking proof. The peace itself becomes enough. This is the heart of transformation, to live so open, so embodied, that the same energy rising through your ankle bone moves through your breath. Your thoughts, your relationships, your entire existence. It's not about chasing enlightenment. It's about embodying alignment. So pause right here. Gently place your hand on your ankle again. Feel the pulse beneath your fingertips. Now sense that same pulse in your neck, your chest, your crown. Can you feel it's all the same current, just expressing itself through different gateways? That's the full circle of transformation and integration, when the body, the mind, and the soul begin to speak one language again. Take a breath, smile softly, and maybe ask yourself, can you feel it now? If you can, tell me in the comments below what you felt. Your experience might be the spark that helps someone else remember theirs. Now that the current has integrated into your life, we'll move to the final portal, where we seal this energy, express gratitude, and understand how to sustain this awakening in the flow of everyday life. The time has come to close this sacred current, not by ending it, but by allowing it to rest. Because every awakening must be sealed in gratitude, or else the energy keeps searching for a home. So before we part, take a slow, gentle breath. Feel the air slide through your lungs like silk. Place your fingertips once more on that hollow curve above your ankle bone, the spot that's been quietly waiting to be remembered. This time, don't press. Just rest your touch there, as if you're saying thank you, because you've just walked through an ancient door, one that your ancestors, your cells and your soul all recognized. When you began this journey, you were just curious, maybe skeptical, about what one small point on your body could do. But now you know this spot isn't small. It's a bridge, a meeting place between the body's electricity and the soul's intention. Your body feels lighter, but deeper. Your breath feels familiar but new, and somewhere within there's a softness that doesn't need words. That's the real secret, not that energy rises through your body, but that you become aware of what was always rising. You haven't added anything. You've only cleared the fog that once covered your natural radiance. When you look in the mirror tomorrow, Try not to see just the body. See the current flowing through it. The lines on your face, the veins under your skin, the rhythm of your pulse, all of it is art sculpted by divine design. Remember what the Taoist master Mantak Chia wrote in Awaken Healing Energy Through the Tao. Where attention goes, Qi flows. And where Qi flows, life renews. That's what you've been practicing. Guiding attention like light through a stained glass window, letting every color within you shine again. You might begin to notice coincidences, people appearing at the right moment, words that echo your thoughts, songs that seem to answer your emotions. Don't brush them off. They're signs of energetic coherence, when the world starts resonating with the frequency of your alignment. Integration doesn't mean perfection. You'll still feel stress, sadness, fatigue, but now you'll know where to return. This ankle point becomes your anchor. Your breath becomes your teacher. Your stillness becomes your prayer. When life shakes you, come back to this moment, this exact touch. Massage gently, breathe slowly, and let that golden current rise again. Not as an escape, but as a reminder. You carry the temple within you. As Dr. Joe Dispenza writes in Becoming Supernatural, the body is the instrument of the mind. When you change the signal you send, you change the reality you live in. Each time you touch this spot, you're sending a new signal, a signal of peace, presence, and possibility. And your entire reality begins to bend toward that message. Every ancient tradition taught one truth. Energy needs rhythm to stay alive. So make rhythm your ritual. Each morning before you rise, breathe deeply and press that point gently. Not to do something, but to listen. Ask silently, what is my energy asking for today? And each night before you sleep, touch the same point and whisper, thank you. That's how you keep the current moving, and not through repetition, but through reverence. Over time, you'll notice that life stops happening to you and starts moving with you. Conversations flow smoother, intuition sharpens. Even your health feels synchronized with your inner peace. This is not the end of your healing. It's the beginning of your remembering. Let these words from the great mystics and healers guide you as you continue. From The Untethered Soul, by Michael A. Singer. You are not the voice in your head. You are the one who hears it. From The Power of Now, by Eckhart Tolle. The body is a portal to the now. It is through the body that you enter presence. From Eastern Body, Western Mind, by Anodea Judith. Every chakra is a story, and every story longs to find its resolution through awareness. And from Energy Medicine, by Donna Eden. Energy is the language your body speaks most fluently. All you have to do is learn to listen. Each of these voices from different eras speaks the same truth you've just experienced through touch, that your body is the doorway, not the obstacle. Before we close this portal, take a final, slow breath. Feel the pulse under your fingertips, at your ankle, your wrist, your heart. Notice how they beat together, like three drums in one rhythm. That's you, harmonized. Not separate pieces, but one living system. Let that pulse remind you that every breath is a continuation of this awakening. That even after this video ends, the current never stops moving, because this isn't just about energy. It's about intimacy with existence itself. The energy that rises through your body is the same that spins galaxies, moves tides, and breathes life into stars. You are that current, conscious, compassionate, infinite. Now slowly lift your hand from your ankle, place it on your heart, and whisper softly, I am awake, I am whole, I'm home. That's your seal. That's how the portal closes. Not with finality, but with fulfillment. If something stirred within you during this journey, I want to hear it. Did you feel warmth, calm, tears, or just silence? Share your reflection in the comments, because when you share your experience, you keep this energy alive for someone else who's searching. If this video brought you peace, imagine what will happen when you learn about the other points hidden across your body, the ones that awaken memory, joy, and divine clarity. So stay close. Subscribe to the Spine Gospel, and let's walk this sacred anatomy together, one breath, one point, one awakening at a time. Until then, May your energy rise gently. May your spirit stay rooted. And may every step you take remind the earth that light still walks in human form.